Hi, everybody. I just want to make sure everyone knows Jessica from Logan, who drives 2 hours to be here, so be friendly to her. Say hi. 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 Whitney, that drives all the way from Logan to be here, be nice to her. Say hi, Whitney.
Hi, Whitney.
Play's over.
No, I have 4 more performances.
Hey, you guys all have to go to Logan to see her husband be Prince Eric. Have you guys seen the Facebook thing? Oh my gosh.
No, I
Your
haven't.
husband is a doll.
Sheesh. Prince Charming for sure.
Prince Charming. It's almost sickening how cute he is. It's true.
And Whitney's in the show too.
I am in the show too.
And your son, daughter,
Yes,
son. Awesome. Reef, sit down.
He's nice to
He's a good, he's good. I know I've said this a million times, but not only has Melody become our teacher for all of us to emulate, she's also done an extraordinary job on this bookkeeping nightmare. Okay, everything that seems like a nightmare to us, she has to figure out for us first. And this job has become enormous. I told her today that if we were a regular company, we would have a software company representative come out and train us all. Someone that does this for a living. Seriously, I mean, when I worked for Remax and we got a new system, someone had to come out and train us all. She's had to learn it and then teach all of us. And all of us are not real bright when it comes to this stuff. So I just want to tell you again, Melody, this has been the biggest job that Up With Kids has ever done, as far as every year, you guys, we've always gotten bigger and better and bigger and better and bigger and better with everything. But our bookkeeping has stayed in my little hands. And this is time that we become more professional. And when I was able to send an invoice to someone for a credit card today, I felt extremely professional. Instead of, you know, looking on my green sheet going, it's not on there. But it's a whole transition for all of us. And I just want you guys to know that as we continue to be patient, it is going to be wonderful. It is professional. It does a lot of things like these reports and stuff. I mean, I've been kind of playing around with it. It's kind of cool. But the setup is enormous. And like I said, most companies would have someone come and set it up for us. And Melody's done all of that for us. So I just want to say huge
Thanks for being patient with me
job.
as I sometimes send out the wrong instructions.
Well, she's worried that she's bugging us too much. It's like, oh my gosh, like we wouldn't know what to do without all of your stuff. So
Are you guys caught up with it? Like, is everybody good? I haven't heard from
Is
very many.
everyone caught up? Seriously.
okay, but this is the scoop. I thought I was totally done yesterday, totally caught up. Everything was put in. This morning, I started going through to look at the green versus the red. There was like 20 things I did wrong. 20 people that were in wrong because I have 170 students.
What was wrong with them?
I didn't save something that I implemented. Like I put in all my payments, but
So if it's still
they're
red,
not all
we
there.
should go through and see.
And so to go through and check every single one that is not at zero, I found lots and lots of things I needed to correct, but I was able to do that because of your great directions. And yes, I had to go back and reread and but it's worth it, you guys. And I just want, those of you with one group to say, damn, I'm lucky. Because it really complicates things when you have multiple groups. But
I second that. I mean, I have 4 groups, and I mean, I know what to do, and it still took me a lot of time.
just very, very time consuming to set it up, just like any company. But it won't be. It won't be. So thank you for your patience. Sam.
I just wanted to say something really cool about it. I told Melody, but like the other day I had, after my class, I had my class on Thursday, and on Friday I had a mom email me and say, oh my gosh, my husband forgot to bring the payment again. I don't want to pay the late fee. Can I pay it online? And I was able to send her an invoice, and she paid it right away, and I got the money right away, and she didn't have to pay a late fee.
Even though you didn't have her credit card information?
Yeah, because I sent her the invoice, and she clicked on the button that says pay here, and then she put in her information there.
So
then-
a lot of you have asked me what's going to happen in October, and that is what's going to happen. We're going to set it up. There's one more setup thing to go through.
Yay.
We're going to put everybody on auto invoice. So everyone, whether they're signed up for credit card payments or not, is going to get an invoice that basically says, this is what's due this month. And they can either click to pay it online, and they'll put in their own credit card information. You know, we don't have to have it. They can click to pay it online, or it'll specify that they can send a check or cash to class. So that's what's going to happen in October. Everybody will
Amazing.
get that, not just the ones that are signed up for it.
Instead of us telling little Johnny, who's 5, tell your mom I need a check, mom's gonna get it right there on her phone. You dumb broad, you forgot.
And I'm hoping that more people will take advantage of the just pay online option than signed up for auto pay.
How many of you people have had people say $250 each transaction? Oh, I'll just do it. I'll just do it on my bank. I'm like, fine.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
But I have 50, I mean, granted, I have 4 groups, so you can take that, but like I have 50 people that signed up
50?
for auto pay between
Wow.
the 4 groups.
That's a lot.
I
That's
did
great.
have a lady swear at Hunter on the day we were taking credit cards. He's like, why did you make that lady swear? No.
About why?
She didn't want to give her information, and he's like, it's okay, you don't have to. It's just funny. It's like, Mom.
And there were people that were just like, here you go, no big deal. So we're moving on up, you guys, and you know, just think about where we were, you know, 15 years ago, carrying wooden scenery on our head, and look where we are now. We're entering the new millennium finally. So thank you.
Did
All
everybody
of you guys.
understand the email I sent this morning? Did anybody read it? One question.
It doesn't, I was trying to print out something that said what everyone paid.
Yeah, I want to know when I
That's-
print it out, can I see an invoice?
No.
Yes, you just have to choose, like the same place that you printed student attendance. Instead of clicking student attendance for all the names, you'll click like family account balances.
Yeah?
And it'll print out everybody's balance.
So you can do that?
Yeah.
Okay, I could not figure that out. Okay.
Just change what category you select.
I have a question. So from that, will that figure out the material? You'll be able to figure out the material fees from what we send you, or do we need to figure that out
No,
ourselves?
I'm gonna figure it out. So all you guys are sending me is names.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna plug your names into my Excel sheet, which has formulas set up. And the only thing that I might have questions on is siblings. Like if you've got 5 Smiths, I'll probably text you and say, okay,
Or
which of your
if we have
Smiths
like
are really
siblings,
brothers?
step siblings, or something, that should let you know.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you have siblings that have different names, it would probably be a good idea to note that
Okay.
in the email.
Okay, so why do you want? Okay, I guess this is. I don't know how to word this. You're having us put the dates from like just with one class. Why aren't we doing it with all of them so we can see all the attendance?
Because then it'll list them 4 times. Like,
Okay, it won't just put a check mark. Okay.
It'll put like every kid's name for the first week, every kid's name for the second week, every kid's name for the
Oh,
third
okay.
week.
That
I only
makes
want to see the
sense.
list of names once.
So we're just in the last.
And we're just sending you a list of people who have paid us.
Yeah. Well, you're sending me a list of everybody you've put in the computer. So if you haven't paid them, if they haven't paid you,
Yeah. I have a lot.
I have a couple.
Well,
Hopefully you won't
no,
by
there's
the
still
time you do
people
this.
on the computer that haven't paid yet.
What about
I have a lot.
material fees too?
Or not shown up, and you can't get rid of them.
Can't you just
Well,
put them
what
on
if
a lead
they're
and
inactive? If they're inactive, will they show up on?
if
They
they're
s-
inactive, they won't show up.
They will show up. They will show up in your families and invoices.
Yeah, but they won't show up on the report that you give me. And I'll teach you how to take them off your family's
You will?
invoices.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a specific order you have to do it in, or else they won't
But-
be taken. But for material fees, Amber's question.
Because there is a couple people that are paying one material fee this month, one material next month.
That's a really good question. Just make a note of it when you send it to me.
So that's okay, like your scholarship people that you set up that haven't paid me yet, I can make a note?
You really
Or am I
should.
just paying you?
If you can, you really should just pay. And then if they never pay you, we'll refund it. Like if somebody never gives you their materials fee, we'll just give it back to you. But if you have one like Amber where they're doing 1 month, just make a note of it when you send
If
it
you
to
have
me.
a couple material fees, that adds up.
Yeah.
If we haven't collected, I mean, and the most part we have, but there are a couple families that have 3 kids that I'm gonna pay one this
Yeah,
month.
just
or-
make a note of it when you email it to me.
A lot of things to work out, okay? This is just the first month. But what I would suggest you do is you figure out what you feel you owe in material fee and tuitions, which is the $10 per student, right, Jess? You're following me? And then when you get a report from Melody and it doesn't click, then we fix these problems. Does that make
Material
sense?
fees is one thing that I think we can work stuff out. The $10, I say if they're coming to your class, we have to pay that $10. And then if they never pay you, we'll give it back to you.
Well, didn't you say like in the first, if they've come 2 weeks or something, we should, but if they haven't come for 2 weeks of the month, we
Yeah,
should move
something
them to
like that.
inactive, something
Yeah, move
like
them to
that.
inactive and then
But
they
they
won't
should
show.
at least, if they've come 2 weeks.
And hopefully by the end of your 3rd class, those people that have come 1 or 2 times will have paid you by the end of your 3rd class when you're doing it.
Make sure you guys take roll and remind them. Okay, Jenny, oh, I'm so glad to see you again. Did you bring your papers and your check today? No, I didn't. Well, let mom know that we need to get you signed up now.
So can we, like I had a mom that turned in a paper and said she wanted to pay with credit card but didn't leave me a form, so I sent her an invoice. Like could we still do that with people that haven't paid us? Send them an invoice just as a reminder.
If we teach Mondays, so I have a few Syracuse people who were going to pay this Monday. I send my books in Monday night.
That's my
Okay.
thing.
Sorry.
I have some parents that paid me the $40, but they didn't pay the $60, and I don't know if they know about the materials fee. How would you approach telling them?
I had like families that just paid me the materials fee and not the 40, and I said, I just sent them an email. Hey, I got your payment for 40. Just so you know, there is the annual materials fee due at $60. Send that in if you can. If you need more time to pay, let me know.
And what I would do is I would cut and paste the big section on the bottom of the student contract explaining that. Okay, so they know what you're charging for. Okay? Okay, so the books, you guys, nothing's gonna be perfect. Exactly. Nothing's gonna be perfect on books. We're all gonna do the best we can. We'll fix everything. There is something that you can do. You can tell Melody, can you jump on my account with me and look at my account and help me fix these few things. All you have to do is give her your password and then change it. I don't know about you guys, but I got hacked. I was
No, we
so...
don't click on spam like you do.
No, I got an email from a parent.
Spam.
Will you stop?
No way.
I got an email from a parent and it said, please check this document. And it looked like a form, a registration form. So I clicked on the form and it said, put in your Google password. And I did. And so I've had to change everything, my bank accounts, my everything, because, I mean, scary. But anyway, don't do that, you guys. And I called the mom and she goes, oh yeah, I was hacked. I just didn't know I should tell everybody. Okay, that's my stupid, way my stupid. Let me just go over, I know people are getting antsy. Let me just tell you a couple things real quickly about the lesson. On the, you notice that she didn't do, I won't pay the rent, or I won't marry you, the fan, hello, with the upper class, simply because of time, but you can do that with the upper class. The word that has never been successful in that one thing is foiled again, just because the kids don't know what it means. A lot of adults don't either. Does anyone have a better word to put in there? You actually just ended it with, which is another perfect way to do it. Does that make sense? The foiled again kind of gets them. But that is a really cute lesson, you guys. I encourage you to do it, do it, do it. I want to encourage you to count your students before you start assigning fairy tales, so you know what you're going to have out there. Melody can kind of look at her crowd and know that she needs to think that there's going to be 3 kids left and there's only a park with 2 left in it. Does that make sense? So you have to be kind of creative ahead of time on that. New teachers and old teachers alike, the love exercise is one of my favorite things. You do not have to do exactly what Melody did. You just stretch, you just move, but it's impressive for you to do this and then this if you're good. And
That's my Pilates.
it's really impressive for the kids that we can do that. I know my favorite student came up, or my favorite thing was when a student came up to me and said, Miss Nancy, you're so bendy for a late your age. Because you're impressing them that we too can warm up. And the sad thing is that a lot of students seriously cannot touch the floor. That's sad. And when you do this, if you know, sometimes we do this, and they can't do that. We're encouraging them to warm up their bodies. Little fat kids can't touch their head. It's sad. Anyway, did I really say that? Anyway, you don't have to do anything in particular except learn how to do the LOVE, and then you just stretch the whole song. Do it. You don't have to practice it and learn the choreography. I want you guys to remember that when Shauna writes this lesson is full of amazing information. Melody has a class that's bigger than most of ours, okay? So she has to interpret and decide and take things from the lesson. You know, I'm loving that she's showing us as much as possible, but it's not possible for her to show us everything on the lesson because the size of her groups. So Jessica has a group of 3, and you were able to do whatever you had to do to make that class an hour and have fun with them. Yes? And you did it. She said there was lots of energy and fun. Yay! Ooh, good for you, Jessica. But
Amber, show everyone your stars.
Oh, I just was doing what was in the lesson with the star themes. I wanted to do that because that looked fun.
I wanted to do it too.
She just made these today.
Just while we were sitting here, the ones that Shauna put in our new kit.
Oh, those are in our kit?
Yeah, that she gave us this summer teacher
I
meeting.
didn't know that.
so tell us what we do with them, Amber.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. As they hold
Awesome.
their little, I just read that. I thought that was way cute and something new.
Excellent, and that's what we want to do
And
is
we
add
already
new
have
stuff.
them to make them.
Yeah, they're just in that bag that
Really?
she gave us. Awesome, right?
Yes. I was thinking, oh, that's cute. I'm not buying popsicle sticks.
You
And
don't
now I
have
can.
The stickers are there too.
Yay.
So you guys, we did tell them that every week they're going to learn something new and they're going to walk out of the room smarter than when they came in. So adding the word, say it again,
Solfege.
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 Okay, all this stuff makes us look really smart, you guys. I've never known the name solfege. Veg.
Fish.
Veg.
Solfege.
Like,
Mr. Solfege.
Solfege.
Okay? How many of you think you can do that? Me, no,
Law is hard. Law is hard.
if I would have practiced, I could have done it better.
Sometimes I can't hear law when I'm just getting there, and so I have to go back and go do re mi fa sol la. Then I can go sol la sol la sol mi sol la sol mi. But sometimes when I'm just doing sol mi 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 sol mi sol mi, then I'm supposed to do law, and I can't hear it, so I have to go do re mi fa sol la. Then I've got it sol la sol mi sol la sol mi do.
And you do that in front of the kids because you're teaching them that they too have to.
It's called ear training, and I wasn't lying when, I had to take so many ear training classes in college, so like it really is kind of an advanced thing.
And I really do like the hand signs, and it's something that will fill time for people that have more time. They're really fun. You do
Remember, nobody likes fa.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, I know, this is do. This is do, mi, so. That's what it is. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la.
I did the sign language in my class yesterday. I was
You
trying to
did?
work with her.
So
It
you'd
was
be doing.
fun. Yeah.
So, mi, sol, la, so, mi, do.
So you could practice 2 or 3 and teach them that and feel confident that you're doing it correctly. You could play the little video, and then if you have time, you could work more on that. I mean, there's a lot to do. You just want to feel prepared when you do it, okay? So really quickly, I want to reiterate that the one thing that Shauna wrote this particular lesson for was to make sure that our show is going to be really on top of things with blocking. And so that's why I brought you the video, and then you're gonna give it to Jessica after you watch it to see how our blocking goes. And we're already letting them know ahead of time that we need our show to be fast. And so do what Melody did, or if you're really, really awesome, do the upper class skits that they have to make up on the spot. Did you try that yesterday?
I've never had a lot of luck with letting them just make it up, so I like having them make up maybe one line each. But
And
then
I like
follow the
what you
script
did.
that
I
made.
like
Did they in the
adding-
class today? Did they make up an ending? Like you said?
I like adding an ending to the upper class. That was really, really sharp to give them more to think about as a group. But every time they get up there, you guys, it's giving them the confidence and building. But getting the lesson across that you want to get them fast up was brilliant. So, and very last, I just want to really reiterate that we have to take roll. I had a mom email me today and say, well, can't my daughter Bonnie get on my credit card too? And I'm like, who's Bonnie? I don't have a Bonnie. And I said, when did she come? Well, she was there on Friday. Well, when I asked, anyone that I didn't call, raise your hand. Well, Bonnie didn't and didn't turn in anything. And the mom assumes that I'm just gonna know all 40 kids in my class. So take roll. So you really know who's coming. And then you can say, oh, Johnny, I still haven't got your paperwork. I need that to be turned in today. So, people do take advantage of that trial class. You need 4 weeks to decide? No, let's get it in, baby, let's get it in. And then they say, well, September's almost over, can't I just pay for October?
When is that cutoff? If they come this week, is it paying for October? That's something I wanted to ask you too.
I usually take off like $10 if it's the 3rd week, and then if it's the 4th week, I say just I'll credit this towards October is what I usually say.
Did you guys hear that? That's,
Yeah.
if, you're not gonna turn anyone away, but you're certainly not gonna ask someone that comes next week, the last week of the month, to pay $40. But we've been doing the class all month long. They're the ones that are tardy. So people that came last week, absolutely, they pay $40.
But what about this week?
This week is a little bit tricky, and I have someone starting this week, and they said, do I have to pay the whole month? And I said, we could just do 20 for the month.
It also depends on if they were pre-registered or not. Like if they knew we were starting and they just didn't come,
Not my fault.
not my fault. But if they just got the flyer.
And that's another thing you're gonna need to note on your, well, not really, because you're just paying $10 to the company.
Yeah,
but if
on
they're
my
not
music
paying-
staff, it will charge them $40. So if you're only making them pay 20, it would just give them like a $20 discount
That's what I
to
did
zero
say.
out their account.
Laughing all the way.
Tanks.
Really?
One
Oh,
thing
already?
I do in small groups when I'm taking roll is I ask them a question that has to do with the lesson.
That's a good.
Just to, again, it fills time if we have a small class. So like last week, what is your favorite thing about Belle? And like
Name
this
your
week, I'm
favorite-
gonna ask them, what's your favorite fairy tale? So
Last week I asked who wrote the original story, Beauty and the Beast, and if they could say Madame Villeneuve, or they had to come up with one of the words that they'd learned last week, which was pantomime and tableau. And they have to say that when you call their name. So yes, there's all sorts of creative ways to call roll. Now, I'm gonna leave it up to anyone with questions.
Sorry, I do have a classroom management question. I should know this, but I've never had this bad of a class. I had one of my upbeat boys, he's probably 8, hanging on my leg during class. And I don't think anything's like mentally wrong with him, so I can't just like pass it off. But at the same time, I don't know what I should do because he was disrupting the entire class, like hitting kids and just so disruptive. So, any pointers?
Was his mom there?
I don't know.
You don't know
I
because she
don't
didn't
know.
come.
No one ever
interact at all?
No one came in to help me. So I'm like, okay. So any pointers? I know Steph has like a 5-point, like 5 strikes. I don't know how to do that with the class. And especially a kid like that, he's very artistic that way. Like he loves to perform, but at the same time, when he's hanging on my leg, like literally holding onto my leg while I'm trying to teach the class.
Can you get him a
Hurry,
friend in the
hurry,
class
hurry.
to sit
No
next
one
to?
wants to. If he don't care, I mean, like kids and like being rude. So I don't know. Other than praying that he won't come back, what should I do?
I might email his mom and say, I have this concern, do you have a suggestion for me?
Okay.
What usually works with him? I want to keep it positive. Is there something that I can try with him that would make a positive impact on him to sit with the rest of the kids and keep his
And
hands
with a really disruptive child, I often will have a private meeting with them, which you might have to set up at a separate time with this parent, and talk to him about it and say, I have this concern, this is what do you think? Get his input on what's going on, and then you can have a secret signal between you. Like I've had things like if a child loses focus, knock on their desk or, just tug on your ear, this is a secret signal between you to remind the two of you of what your agreement is about. And give him like some extra responsibility, something special, something that you know that he will feel proud to be trusted to do for you.
Thank you. I will try on this.
Sam,
I also have questions about kids. I have 2 sisters. One is in 2nd grade and one is in 5th grade. The 2nd grader cried at the beginning of class and then stopped crying at the end of class. But the 5th grader cried anytime anyone in the whole room looked at her. And I like, so it, like for example, like last year, the first year I was here, you had Carson ring the bell or something. But if anyone looked her way, like even if I looked up to see if she had stopped crying, it would make her start crying again. And I don't know how to include her and help her.
I had an upper class cried through my first class, went back and sat with her dad. While Keaton was teaching the dance, I went and sat with her and talked to her. But that first week, she never did come up and join us. But at some point, she snuck up and got a bracelet and had it on when I was taking her one. And she came back the second week. It wasn't fine. So.
is she in upper class or is she in an upbeat with her sister, 5th grade? The 5th grader is in the same class as her sister. I would definitely call the mom and just.
I asked the mom in class, at the end of class, they came up separately, they waited for everybody to leave and they came up to give me their photos and they paid and everything. But I said, do you have any advice for me to help her? And she said, oh, she's just really shy.
I bet she'll come around.
Yeah, you just
She'll do a little bit more each week.
Okay.
It's only 2 weeks. She'll.
I know, I just wanted to
Just
be
love
able
her.
to help her. That's all.
Just love her. Just love her.
I had a kid sit underneath the table and bark for the whole hour. So
What up?
Is the Ever After song is that on our lesson or is it emailed? The Ever After song?
The song is emailed
On the lesson?
on the lesson.
Okay.
But it's also on your Enchanted CD that your daughter probably still has.
Okay.
Is it not on our radio?
It's not on the Beauty
It's
and the
just
Beast.
a songlet, not a
Oh,
full
song is a song.
Okay.
But it's on the lesson 3 email.
Good thing.
Sorry.
And so
Okay.
is love.
Awesome, thank you. Just spaced it.
So how do you guys use your phone when you don't have internet in your room?
Can't.
It's already downloaded.
Yeah, I just downloaded the music.
Download it.
How do you download the music on your phone?
I use
Click the little arrow that has the line under it.
Yeah.
That's download.
I use a program called Documents.
Play it straight from your email, right?
Not if you don't have, not if you don't have internet in my room.
It downloads over your 4G.
No.
I have no
I had to
sense.
sing Stand By
I don't.
Me,
I don't have any service.
Call me on your 4G.
Lean on Me. I had to sing myself with no music because
Yeah, you have to have cell service.
it's in iTunes.
No, can you get on?
Yeah. But if you don't have internet, you can't use iTunes.
This is not being played by Wi-Fi. This is
If
in
you
my
download it at home,
Do you
right?
have an iPhone?
I feel like this meeting is
Okay. And then,
Like what I do with my iPhone
Yeah.
is I have to
Yeah, but I don't
download it to
wanna
my computer,
make
and then I
CDs
go to
anymore.
iTunes and I write and I push insert file, and then it does it.
I don't have iTunes on my computer.
I use Google.
Nancy.
what?
There's a app or whatever called Documents. It plays through your phone. My dad, who's 70, had to teach me how to do it. But it totally works. I put all my music in there. So I download it off of the email and it goes right to my documents. I star all the ones that are from this show. Pull it right up.
Bam.
Document. It's called
I
Documents.
have
It's an
documents on my
app.
phone, I'll try it.
Yeah, mine's
For-
Google
yeah.
Play Music. That's what it says. Play Music.
Then you don't need internet
I-
or anything.
If you do iTunes, you can put it in a playlist for the week. That's how I always do it. So then all the songs I hear